Another guy who fights for freedom of speech in this case, is your new friend, Elon Musk. What do you admire and what have you learned from your interactions with Elon?
I have a huge admiration for Elon Musk. He is an absolutely unconventional person. He's a great fighter for the ideas of freedom. What he has done on Twitter, now known as X, and how he is helping the world nowadays to wake up once and for all and become aware of the socialist virus, the woke virus. That in itself makes him a hero in the history of humanity. But it's not just that. One of the things that happened to me is that when I went to first talk to him, I thought I was going to meet a successful businessman and that I would have a typical successful businessman conversation who understands business and that some of his business slightly more exotic. But that's the kind of talk you would expect to have. And business people are truly admirable, right? Because they are true benefactors of society. But they're usually very much focused on their own business. And one of the things that really, really shocked me when I met Elon Musk, we had scheduled a meeting for no more than 50 minutes. The first time we were in the meeting, for a little over 45 minutes because he was about to miss his flight. So obviously, if someone as important as him doesn't fly as planned, it has to be rescheduled, and he loses a lot of hours. Imagine, every minute is very valuable. And one of the things that happened was that basically, he brought up the topic of demography, and we started discussing demographics and growth. I never imagined that I would end up discussing demographics and growth with him, you know? And another very fun thing was that something funny he said to me was that since we shared our vision regarding demographic issues and the need to populate the planet, he asked me, now what about you? When are you going to move in that direction? I mean, I said, oh, look, I have 5 children. And he said, well, the 4-legged ones don't count. That was the first meeting I had with Elon Musk. The second meeting was when here at the universities we started seeing anti-Semitic demonstrations where basically Palestinian flags were displayed and Jews were harassed and persecuted. And at that moment, when we had that second meeting, he showed himself to be very deeply involved with that and brought up the issue of the cultural battle. So, I mean, it's not quite conventional even in the political field. During our last talk, which lasted for about 2.5 hours, right? One of the things we talked about was freedom and what was at stake for the United States in this election. Therefore, he is a person, honestly, I can say he is well above average. I mean, a person of unconventional intelligence, right? And also he is very charming. So, I mean, again, I have a great admiration for him. And I really interact very closely with him. He is very interested in what our Ministry of Deregulation is doing, which seeks to remove regulations. But at the same time, he works with another person who is also interested in the chainsaw approach. And so, I'm very pleased because they are going to try and replicate the model we are implementing in Argentina. And also, Donald Trump himself is very enthusiastic about this. So And anything in the way of reducing regulations and cutting public spending and taking government out of the equation means more freedom for the people. So I'm very pleased with what's going on. And with Trump's victory, because the United States will be better off, Argentina is going to be better too. And the whole world is going to be better off. Today, the world is a much better place than it was just a few days ago.